Hello everyone, Lightning here, and I haven't played CSGO in a while. I haven't uploaded CS content in a while, but I watched IEM Katowice 2022. It just ended on Sunday, and it was a day ago. I have to say that, oh my god, it was chef's kiss. It was beautiful. It was such a great event, in my opinion, especially the grand final. It was amazing between FaZe Clan and G2, and I have to say that, oh my god, it made me really hype about watching CS again. Oh, it was just a beautiful time, honestly. It was easily one of the best grand finals that I could think of recently, in my opinion. And I think that with FaZe beating G2, it's going to be a great time for CS. I think it's going to be more competitive now than ever, especially. I feel like you can't really tell who is going to be top one if Navi aren't going to be dominating like as they were last year. It could be Navi, G2, FaZe, Heroic, Vitality now, and maybe Gambit. Maybe if they have, I guess if when they get more experience, that's a lot of contenders already. There's a lot of upsets that can happen to who can actually be the winner of a tournament. Like who knows? And we're gonna have EPL ESL Pro League in like 9 to 10 days, and then we're gonna have the RMR events for the next PGL Major. So it's gonna be up in the air who is actually going to be dominant right now. It's crazy, and I have to say, with FaZe and G2 for IEM Katowice, the 2022 Grand Finals, I love both teams. Both teams are great, but I have to say that I was rooting for FaZe the entire time. I really wanted Kerrigan to win and his team. I love watching Twists as well and Robs with the addition. It's so good. And then Brokey as well. He's so good. And although Rain couldn't go there, he couldn't attend due to COVID. It was still crazy to see JKS pop off like that, being a stand-in, and he said himself that he didn't play before attending the event, so he had to cram all that by playing a crap ton of CS. It's so crazy to see, and oh man, it's so insane that under Kerrigan's leadership they can do so much. And even with all these problems that they have, JKS had to stand in for Rops at the beginning of the tournament, and then now he had to stand in for Rain after, once they reached the playoffs. Like, holy, it was such an insane tournament. And I have to say that I think FaZe really got it well deserved, but it could have went the other way. Like it could have went the other way. Watching those overtimes from Inferno in the first map when G2 were like, they were going so strong at the beginning. Like I thought they were going to close it out real quick on Inferno, but FaZe really brought it back from that 11-4 half. And I saw in like the Twitch chat that they're all saying Zonix Law about 11-4 and that curse. And then damn, it really did happen that FaZe really did turn it around in the second half, and they brought it to overtime. Like that's crazy. And it was insane, man. Rops shouldn't. I don't get how G2 let Rops get that ace to get it to overtime in the first place on Inferno. That was insane. That was really, really insane. And then on Mirage, like FaZe were in the lead 11-4. Like what the, and then G2 brought it back to overtime. And then JKS finished it off. He closed out the game by doing the clutch, defusing. And that was insane too. That was so crazy. And then Dust 2. It got very, very close. Did it get to overtime? I'm going to check right now. Okay, I just checked. Dust 2 was 16-14. How close can this all get? Looking at it right now, it was 19-15 for FaZe on Inferno, 31-27 for FaZe. That was so insane how many overtimes they went on Mirage. That was crazy. I thought it was never going to end. It was so insane. And then G2 almost closed it out. They were so close, and then they just flubbed it too. And then 16-14 on Dust 2 for FaZe. It's 3-0, sure, 3-0. That looks very dominant on paper. But looking at it closer on the maps themselves, it could have went anyone's way, man. It could have went G2. G2 could have got 3-0'd. But they did look a bit shaky. Nico did have his misses in the second two maps. It was a bit of an oof. But I would say that FaZe did look better than G2. that's how they won out the overtimes with all their experienced players. After all, G2, they have a 16-year-old Opper. That's insane. And then they brought in Alexi B. That's crazy. And I guess Faze, they had the same circumstance. They had to bring in JKS for Rops initially, and then they had to replace him for Rain. So that's a lot of role shifting and stuff. So that can be crazy. But, you know, Kerrigan showed how awesome he was, right, of an IGL. And it was crazy to see that they finally won such a huge event. It was so stacked. What a stacked event. And maybe Navi could have done better. I was thinking that, like, while I was watching Navi versus G2, with the current conflict that's happening now between, you know, Russia and Ukraine, I could understandably see like that as a valid excuse to be very distracted in game, because I would feel like if that was happening like where I am, like if a country was invading like here, like to me in my area, like would I be able to focus on the game? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure myself, so I can't. I know that's an excuse, but it's very scary excuse. It's very scary too. So I would kind of give it like kind of a pass, not too much of a pass, but an understandable reason as to why they didn't do so well. Cause you're away from your home place. You don't know if your family is safe and all that stuff. So maybe like simple, he's Ukrainian, so who knows what he was thinking of as he was playing the game. But overall, the G2 Faze Grand Final was still very, very amazing. Easily one of the best in recent history, and oh, I loved it all the way through. It was so, so enjoyable and really made me love CS. Even though I haven't been playing CS recently. Maybe the last time I played was like a month ago or something. Yeah, maybe a month or two. It's been a while since I last touched CS. I don't really know what's going on in the game. I don't think anything's really changed, honestly. I do hope they fix their matchmaking, because I would go back if their matchmaking was better. But right now, still, watching CS is still a pleasure. It's still amazing. One of the best esports in my opinion. Still my favorite. Although I've been watching some Valorant esports as well, it's still not the same compared to CS. Oh, it's just so amazing. And I just wanted to share my opinions on that, since it just gave me so much hype. It really made me just so hyped about CS, and that it's still a great game to watch after all these years. I remember watching in, like, I think my first time watching was like in 2015. So it's been 7 years. That's crazy. Like, holy, 2015, 2016, I believe. But yeah, it's just crazy to see. And, you know, I'm still excited to keep on watching more CS events. And the next one is EPL, which is in 9 days. It's another stack tournament. It's season 15. And then it's the PGL RMRs for that. So I'm hyped to see more CS, watching more great games, and to see all these teams that have done roster moves to be more fully flushed out and more competitive. And yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. It was just so enjoyable to see, and hopefully I get to upload more content as well. I have school right now, so I am a bit busy on that, but I'm also slacking on uploading videos as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Lightning, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.